Oh, I used to think direction in life meant certainty, a clear plan, a finished destination, a place where everything finally made sense. But oh no, it felt more like the sky, crossed lines, changing conditions, really a movement I've never fully understand, and somehow yet still beautiful. You know, most people think that a house begins with concrete, or the plans, or the framing, or permits. But I think it begins much earlier than that. I think it begins the moment you stop postponing your life. And honestly, I spent a lot of years doing exactly that. Waiting for the right season, waiting for things to settle down, waiting for the project to finish, waiting until life looked complete, going this direction, going that direction. But completion has a way of moving. The finish line does shift. There's always another goal, another repair, another responsibility, another reason joy should wait just a little longer. And after a while, you realize you can spend your whole life almost arriving, almost ready, almost peaceful, almost living. But that's the part of what this place is about for me. Not perfection, not performance, not proving anything to anybody. Just learning how to live before everything's finished. I think somewhere along the way, a lot of us started believing that life is supposed to feel polished. Finished houses, finished career, finished identities. Like we're all supposed to arrive at some completed version of ourselves. Oh, but the older I get, the less I believe that to be true. Some of the freest moments in my life didn't happen in a finished place at all. They happened outdoors, on open land. Sometimes it was around a campfire. Sometimes it was the night sky. Sometimes it was walking along a stream. And then we can't forget the ocean beach. Just simple moments nobody would have considered impressive. Yet, in those moments, life felt real. I remember periods in my life where everything around me looked successful. Beautiful neighborhoods, well kept homes, organized lives. Yet still, there was pressure. Pressure to maintain, pressure to keep up, pressure to perform. But then later on in life, I found myself sitting outside in this new raw land in Texas. No polished surroundings, no finished structure, no perfect conditions. And strangely enough, I felt lighter, not because life became easier, but because for a moment I stopped believing I had to arrive before I was allowed to enjoy being alive. That may sound simple, but I don't think it is, because most of us have been trained to connect joy with completion. When I get there, then I'll rest. When it's built, then I'll breathe. When things calm down, then I'll enjoy my life. But what? But what if the there keeps moving? What if peace was never supposed to begin with a finish line? That question has changed the way I think about building this house. Because honestly, I don't want a house that owns me. I don't want to spend the next chapter of my life trapped in maintaining an image. I want durability. I want simplicity. I want freedom. I want a place where people can breathe. A place where unfinished doesn't mean failure. A place where life can just happen before everything is completed. That's really what Boney House means to me. Not a perfect house, not a dream house, not a social media version of success. It's more like a reminder A reminder that life is happening right now, not later, not after the completion, but now, in the middle of this dust, the uncertainty, the unfinished plans, the changing direction. And maybe that's why this sky caught my attention. All those lines crossing overhead, everybody headed somewhere, everyone chasing directions, trying to arrive, trying to figure it all out. Meanwhile, look at it, Earth. It just sits there quietly underneath it all, still, present, unhurried. There's something meaningful about that to me. Maybe life was never meant to feel finished. Maybe it was meant to feel lived. Maybe peace isn't found at the end of the journey. Maybe it's found in finally stopping long enough to notice where you already are. This is Boney House, living before it's finished.
We've been waiting on a moment when it all feels right. But you don't need completion just to start your life. Don't wait on perfect timing. Don't wait till it's all done. You can live right